Morning, y'all. It is really early, so I doubt anyone will come. And I just posted about this on Threads, but I wanted to bring it here, and I am going to post this on my feed. Because I remember having a discussion shortly after October 7th with a friend who was like asking me essentially like, am I doing enough if I'm just doing art? Good morning. Am I doing enough if I'm just performing? How does that help what's happening in the world? And this morning I am really struck by the juxtaposition. Yesterday first of all, in the last 5 days, the mainstream media has picked up, finally, that children are starving. Children. And in fact, children in America are starving. Children in the U.S. are starving. And children in Gaza are being forcibly starved. And children in the Congo are being forcibly starved. And children in Sudan are being forcibly starved. And people are being starved and killed and bombed. And all of the words that we're not supposed to say on the internet for fear of the algorithm. And I'm really struck by that juxtaposition this morning of getting ready to go sing a church service. 2 church services, in fact. And having what I need to eat, in fact, having abundance and having more than, but not having enough to change their circumstances. It is such an odd juxtaposition to bring healing to people in the form of music, and to bring protest to people in the form of music, and to give them a moment of respite through music, while also knowing that infants are starving, and most governments, most people, quote unquote, people in power are doing nothing. And you don't know if all of these attempts to get them to do something will ever be enough. Right? And it feels really helpless, and it feels like it's not enough. I am a person who uses my platform quite often to speak out about the ills of the world, and I still feel like it's not enough. I still feel confused often if being an artist is enough, or if I should switch careers. Like, is teaching kids how to sing, is that enough? Is that enough? Is it enough to support and love people? Is it enough to sing the music of Black composers? Is it enough? And what difference does it make? And walking into this church this morning, which, by the way, is supposedly a very progressive church, I don't know. I don't watch church services. I'm not a churchgoer. I do not believe in God, because my God, this is what I said on Threads this morning, my God would not starve people. My God would not enable other people to starve people. My God would not cause suffering. My God would encourage people to love. My God would talk about all of the ills of the world and not avoid any of them because they were unsavory or unsightly. My God is a God of love. If I had a God. So is it enough to walk into this church this morning that I don't know if they've ever spoken out about Palestine? I don't know if they're sending some of their donations to Palestine. I don't know if they're, working to put a flotilla in the water, to send people to Israel to throw bottles off into the sea that reached the Palestinians. I don't know. I don't know that about this church. I hope that they would have, but I don't know, right? And so is it enough? And how odd is it? And I think about, for me this morning, and I'm telling you all this very publicly. I'm telling you all this as publicly as I can, right? This morning I will sing for the Palestinian children. Every word that I sing will be for the Palestinians, not just the children, but the women, the men, the babies, the old, the poor, right? Everyone. For the Congo, for Sudan, for Haiti, for Hawaii, for Tigray, for everywhere. I wish I had a keffiyeh. But that, and I can fix that. I wish I had a keffiyeh or some type of jewelry or something. I wish I had a flag that I could hold up this morning, like someone did at the Opera Center. I really wish I did, but I know that this morning I will be singing some of the text. Good morning, Kelsey. I will be singing some of the text for the children in Palestine. It's a really odd thing. One of the pieces we're singing says, "No time to tarry here." No time to tarry here. And it's talking about, going to see God and, all the stuff that some of you all believe in. But there is no time to tarry on lifting voices, and there is no time to question. This is where I'm getting to this morning. There is no time to question if it's enough, because all of it is enough. All of it has to be done. All the songs must happen. The speaking out must happen. The actual getting onto boats and trying to get into Israel trying to get into Palestine must happen. It all must happen. All of it. All of it. Is it enough? It will never be enough, because there are still people being bombed. There are still people being shot to try to get food. There are still people being murdered in the name of a God, right? In the name of a God. And in that same song, in the no time, right? There is no time. It also says, "Rise, O mothers, rise. Let's go meet him in the skies. Rise, O fathers, rise." Right? And to me, that's a call to action. And so what I said on Threads this morning, while it may not be enough, right? While it might not change anything, I will be singing this morning every word for the people of Sudan, for Congo, for Hawaii, for Haiti, for the Uyghurs, for Gaza, for the West Bank, for the Palestinians, for the children in the United States that are sent to schools only to be mowed down by guns. Every word. And I will use my platform, regardless of how small, to make some more calls, to encourage others to make some more calls, to feed your community, to take an action and feed your community, because the reality is that there's enough food in the world. There is no scarcity. I said this in a post the other day. There is no scarcity. There is only abundance. And that is what they're supposed to teach you in church. That is what they're supposed to teach you about God. There is only abundance. There is only love for our neighbor. There is only abundance. And it is the selfish nature of powerful people that prevents love from getting in. And like I said, this is supposed to be an open, affirming church. I know they're open and affirming. They are very welcoming. And I'll post, the link somewhere. It's on Threads, if you're, watching this morning. But it is a real, I come against this quite often. As a performer and as a person that does what I do. I cannot find my mascara. So I guess we'll do blush while I continue to look for that. But the question from my friend, right? Is it enough to just be a musician? Is it enough to sing the pretty songs? Is it enough to give people hope? Through that, is it enough to love through music? Is it enough? And the truth is, I don't really know, but I know that this is what I can, right? And maybe the people on the pulpit won't know that I'm singing for Gaza, because I don't have my kafia. I need to get one. I don't have a kafia. And they probably don't follow me on social media. And they probably won't even have a conversation with me, in fact. Right? But I can have a conversation with the people in the choir. There's one here right now. Right? I can have a conversation with you all on the feed. I can lift my voice for Gaza, personally and publicly, and it's not enough, right? Because it doesn't actually change their circumstances. But if I do get the opportunity, good morning, Suzanne. But if I do get that opportunity to talk, I will. I saw a video last night posted by Andre and the Flow. It was a repost of something. And it was basically like being nice, being quiet, being polite. All of that is reinforcing the world that we live in. All of that is reinforcing capitalism. All of that is reinforcing starving kids. Because how are you nice and polite in the face of that? How are you okay in the face of that? How are you a place, of respite, place of hope, a place of trust? So anyway, I'm going to use my break this morning to make calls, to send some emails to my reps, which honestly my reps have been voting against sending funds to Israel, but I may make some calls to other reps, and I will talk about it to anybody that will listen, because it's not enough, and it is. It's not enough, and it is. It's not enough. And in order for lots of people that I know to be okay, we must sing. We must lift our voices. We must, right? For our own hearts and for others' hearts, and to encourage others to do the same, right? I mean, if you walk into a grocery store and you start singing to other people, sing with you. And can't that singing become a movement? And can't that movement become a regional event? And can't that regional event become national? And can't that national event become international? And can't that change the world? I hope that you're all thinking about it, about your responsibilities. Being an artist in the world. And the gravity and the healing and the balance and the fight and the hope that we can give people. We don't know if it's going to carry forward, but we can sure try. We can sure try. See y'all at church.